Hi guys, I am back with a quick video I wanted to share. I have information that I mostly came through, I will give credit where it's due, mostly came through from someone I follow called Jason Estes, and the rest of it was given to me from my higher self to kind of complete this diagram that's on the screen in front of you. So what he shared recently was that as of November 8th, these timelines that he calls order, chaos, and harmony, and in his visual, they were not in a triangle shape, but these three timelines were the furthest point away from each other that they could possibly be. So, when you think about division in the collective and things like that, that's exactly what that means. And starting November 9th through November 18th, these timelines would be coming back together and on the 18th be coming into what he is calling the convergence. So his diagram, again, did not look like this. This was given to me, I think, because it makes more sense to me. But as of November 18th, these timelines will come into this triangle shape. He did call them order, chaos, and harmony. These labels of 3D, 4D, and 5D were given to me outside of that information that came from my higher self. And I will go into more detail on that in a podcast that I do with Kara on my other channel, Messages from Your Higher Self. So you can check that out. So basically, each person soul has chosen or had chosen one of these timelines to focus a majority of their consciousness on. So let's just say they chose order. So this might have looked like their life was very much a matrix life, timeline life. They would go to a 9 to 5 job. They might have the 2.5 kids in a white picket fence. They would be trusting their political leaders, all of those things. So the chaos timeline, this is where you may have had people who were really immersed in conspiracy theories and doing all of the digging on exactly what's going on. And I'm sure we all know people that have gone to the extreme with this. And I'm not sure any of us really know anyone who stood with the 5D timeline, because I don't think we've really had access to that. But I do believe that some souls did choose to go there, or a majority of their consciousness went there. Now, what is happening as we come into this convergence is that the other parts of our soul that had experiences on these other lifetimes, because while a majority may have chosen one of these timelines, we are infinite beings. And we did live out lifetimes, probably multiple, in these different dimension timelines. So as we come into this convergence, those other versions of ourselves are going to be merging into where a majority of our consciousness is now focused. So I think that experience will probably look and feel a little bit different for everybody. But if you're noticing anything strange, I don't know if this would feel a bit like a deja vu type thing, or some memories coming back to you all of a sudden that don't feel like they were there previously, those types of things. You might all of a sudden have new hobbies or skills that you didn't previously have. So just pay attention for that as we come into this convergence. Now, this convergence then opens up this portal, or as Jason calls it, a gate into the new earth. And very, very few people at first, after the 18th, will be able to enter through this. Jason guessed that it, honestly, by the end of the year, it probably would be less than 10 people even on the whole planet. In order to go through this portal, you have to have kind of merged all of your consciousness back into one, like a unity consciousness type thing. You'd be at zero neutral point. You really wouldn't identify with any one particular thing. You'd realize you are an infinite multidimensional being, which allows you access basically into this new earth portal. He did say, though, that once people do start entering, it is not a one-way door. They can go both ways. And once they've gone through, they're able to come back through the portal and assist others. So the more people that are able to move through the portal, the more they are able to help more people. So it really is like a giant ripple effect. So as we continue, it will get quicker and quicker and easier for people to move through because there'll be so much more assistance. Now, for those of us that aren't going to be quite ready to enter through this portal on November 18th, there is this loop. So he talks a lot about people looping, and their souls will have chosen this in advance. This loop is usually, and this is again, this diagram with the loop and everything is exactly the way my higher self gave it to me. These people may need, to go through some retesting, relearning, healing, clearing things out of their energy bodies to allow them to really merge with all of these different timelines and aspects of self and return to a 0 point. So this could potentially go on for 5 years, but he said for some people it could be 30 seconds. So the looping doesn't have to take forever. Some people want to keep reliving the things from this timeline. So it really is at a soul level. Hopefully this makes a little bit of sense. And if you are interested in more information as it relates to this, again, please just tune into my other podcast, Messages from Your Higher Self. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I will talk to you guys soon. I love you.